And we're back to learning Premiere Pro, and this time I'm going to show you how to change the size of a video. There are many ways to do this. I'm going to show you the way that I use normally. I've got two simple clips right here, and the first element that you put into your timeline determines the sequence size, so the overall size of the video that you're going to export. If you don't have any elements in your timeline, the sequence settings aren't available. You can just put one of your video clips into it and then change it, but for me, I like to just create a new item, for example a black video. So right click in my projects menu, and there I can set the size. 9020 x 1080 is fine for YouTube, which is 16:9. You could also use the properties for your footage, so just right click on it, and there you'll find under image size, the information. So the first clip is 1920 x 1080, that would be fine, but the second one, it has a different size. So if I would have put that in my timeline first, the sequence would have gotten the size, and I would have to readjust that for exporting for YouTube. But when I put my black video in it, I know I've got the correct size. Let me put the video files in there as well, and then I can delete the black video. You can see the first clip, it fits perfectly, as it had the same size as our black video element, but the second one doesn't. It was way bigger, therefore we'll have to adjust it a little bit. What we can do is we can just double click on it and we can see the bounding box of this video, so it's way bigger than our sequence size. Let me just use the cut tool and I cut it a little bit. I'll need that to explain something else later on. We can just use the cursor tool and resize it. What we are actually doing here is we are scaling it down, and in this case a scale of 50, so half of it is fine to fit our sequence size. You can now see the bounding box fits perfectly into a frame size. So this would be the correct scaling. If you can't find the menu where you can scale it down, just go to Window, click on Effect Controls. And let us move forward. The second element, it's the same video, but this one is not scaled. Let me cut it again, and I go to this element. What we can do as well is we can just right click on it, and we've got two options. We can scale it to frame size, or we can set it to frame size. The scaling, it might cause some issues so that the footage gets stretched or something. So it's always better to just use set to frame size. And if there's still black bars somewhere, just use the scaling afterwards and you're good to go. Let's just say you've got lots of these elements that need to be resized. We can make it a little bit easier for us if we just select an element that has the correct scaling and size. Then press Ctrl C. Afterwards, select all of the other elements that you want to readjust, then right click on them, and now paste attributes. By default, this scale attribute times should be checked. Just keep the default, click on OK. And now all of these elements have the same size. As I've said, there are many other ways to resize and scale your videos, but this is the way I used to do it. I think it's the fastest and easiest. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.